He's Ladainian Tomlinson, NFL Network analyst, and every Sunday at 7 a.m. Eastern, first on the field with Melissa Stark, Sterling Sharp, Mike Lombardi. By the way, is Lombardi leaving you guys, Ladainian, to take over the Cleveland Browns?
Hey, we talk to him about that every week, Dan, because we hear that his name is in the running to get the job. And the only thing I ask of him is when he get the job, just bring me in as a consultant or something, like they did Jim Brown. I'll take that job.
Do you want to be a coach?
Absolutely not.
It's too tough. There's long hours there.
It's long hours, and also it's a tough business, obviously, as you know, in the NFL, trying to win. And there's no job security. I mean, unless you're someone like Jeff Fisher or a guy that, is pretty much in a great situation, you're going to end up getting fired possibly before 5 years.
The awards this year, we seem to care a little bit more about, whether it's Comeback Player of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, MVP. But if I said voting right now, your Rookie of the Year is who?
Well, oh, man, I think I'd say Russell Wilson, to be honest with you. 2 weeks ago, Dan, I said RG3. But what Kirk Cousins did in the absence of RG3, I think you can make a case that, hey, they didn't lose a beat when Kirk Cousins came into the game. So I think that hurt RG3 a little bit. So at this point, Russell Wilson is my Rookie of the Year.
Your Comeback Player of the Year is who?
Adrian Peterson.
Even though Peyton Manning came back from neck surgery, because that we don't know about neck surgeries, whereas, guys coming back from knee surgery, most people, who play sports have probably gone through something similar of having something done with their knees. Here he comes back from major knee surgery. The fact that it's that in a running back, how much does that add to the incredible story?
You mean Adrian Peterson,
yeah.
The fact that he was able to come back so fast? Well, see, that's the thing. He was able to come back, and as we know, people have come back from ACL injuries. But the way he was able to come back so fast, and you can make the case, heck, Dan, he's better than he ever has been. I mean, think about that. A guy coming off an ACL injury, and he's better? I mean, that's mind-boggling to me. That's why I think he's the comeback player of the year. Now, I'm sure your next question was going to be the MVP.
Yep.
And to me, it's out of Peyton Manning and Adrian Peterson. I always said that it would be Peyton Manning unless Adrian Peterson breaks Eric Dickerson's record. In order for a running back to be the MVP, he has to break a record. Think about it, Dan. All the running backs that have been MVPs, Marshall Faulk, myself, you had to break some type of record. And if Adrian is able to break ED's record, he should be the MVP.
Okay, what if they don't make the playoffs, but he breaks Eric Dickerson's record?
He should be the MVP.
I've also said this, that he gets hit every single play. He's carrying the ball 300 times this year, whereas Peyton Manning may get put on his rear end, 15, 20 times this year. Factor that in for a guy coming back from that injury, and that he has to, cut off of that knee. It's really a remarkable story. I know people keep saying, well, you're gushing over Adrian Peterson. I said, I don't think people realize what he came back from, and to do it and to rush for 2,000 yards. It's one thing to come back and get 1,000. And I would have been fine with that as an unbelievable story. 2,000, maybe the greatest running season ever?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, people are like, oh, gosh, people have done it. But they haven't done it to that level. The guy is averaging 6 yards per carry. You only need 10 yards to get a first down. And this guy's averaging 6 yards per carry. That's amazing.
What?
He leads his team. He's beating Christian Ponder in passing yards. He has more rushing yards than Christian Ponder has passing. That's amazing.
Even if he didn't have the knee surgery, you have to look at him for MVP if he's rushing for 2,000 yards. I think you got to factor in the story. Now, here's the other thing, though. Do we take Tom Brady for granted now?
I think we do. I really do, because Tom is so efficient in the way he played the quarterback position. And, you know, the thing I really believe that hurt Tom Brady was this past week when he lost to San Francisco at home. It was a big stage. You know, everybody was watching primetime game. And I know they made the comeback, but to lose that game, I think that really hurt Tom Brady. And so I think he'll end up finishing third. But you're right. We take Tom Brady for granted. And here's the only thing Tom Brady has done was lead that team to a division championship and pretty much possibly, you know, a bye. I mean, he has a chance at getting a bye with guys like Gronkowski being out of the lineup at times. Aaron Hernandez being out of the lineup at times. Heck, Dan, they bring guys off the street. You know, cut guys, bring them back off the street, and they continue to win. Unbelievable.
He's Ladainian Tomlinson from the NFL Network joining us, Dan Patrick Show. You spent a little time with the Jets during their happier days. Do you have any idea, understanding what's going on right now?
No, I do not, to be honest with you, Dan. I you know, obviously I talked to guys on that team, and I'm not quite sure they know what's going on, to be honest with you. You know, to me, it's so amazing to where they are now in just a short amount of time, where 2 years ago, you know, we were in the AFC Championship game, you know, and to say that it's all Mark Sanchez's fault. Okay, Mark hasn't had a good year at all. I mean, that's not all the issues there. In my opinion, I think you have to look at some of the decisions that are made in that organization, you know, in terms of bringing a guy like Tebow in when you didn't have no idea how you were going to use him. Why bring Tim Tebow in, put that pressure on Mark Sanchez, you know, looking over his shoulder? Tim Tebow is the most popular guy possibly in our league. Certain decisions that are made that I don't understand why they're made. And so in return, you have a team that's not able to compete. They don't have the talent to compete.
Okay, so who goes?
Well, I think obviously Mark Sanchez is you know, he's not going to be the starting quarterback there. He may return because of the guaranteed money he has, but I don't believe he will be the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. I also believe that Mike Tannenbaum may be gone. I think they'll keep Rex Ryan because Rex has proven to be a very good coach. The guys in that locker room like Rex, and I think he stays. But Mike Tannenbaum and Mark Sanchez, I think you make a change there.
What about Tebow?
I think Tebow, he's also gone. Tebow doesn't want to be there.
But why don't we make him a fullback? How would he be as a fullback?
Well, I mean, you're asking me how could he block guys like, Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman, guys like Spikes from New England and Mayo. I don't think he can do that. You know, he's played quarterback his entire year. What I think he can do, I think he can be a good change of pace guy at the H-back position, the tight end. And here's something that I thought about. How about Tebow going to New England? Think about the guy that was adamant about drafting Tim Tebow, Josh McDaniels. Where is he coaching now? New England. Now, Bill Belichick also spent a lot of time down in Florida when Tim Tebow was there, scouting, just looking at practices. So if anyone knows how to use Tim Tebow, it's the Patriots.
Good to talk to you again. Happy holidays. And still waiting for that Ladainian Tomlinson Vikings jersey you promised.
Whenever I unpack it, buddy, it's still in the box.
Stop. You're losing credibility here.
No, I'm serious. I'm absolutely
Well, get
serious.
your wife to just tell her to unpack it. Look for the Vikings jersey because you actually thought that, you tried to convince them you were going to go there.
I'm moving again, so I can't unpack now.
Before the draft, can I get the LT Vikings jersey?
I will certainly try to do that.
Man.
Shouldn't be a problem.
All right. Hey, happy holidays.
You too, Dan.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Ladainian Tomlinson, NFL Network.